Good evening and welcome to the problem of being awake. I'm redoing this video because it didn't come out right last time. But I want to talk about emojis. I don't use emojis as a rule. I'm kind of against the idea. Now, I have no quarrel with people who use them. It's just going to sound like Catholic Church 101, but I have no quarrel with anybody who chooses to use emojis. But I don't, and the reason is this. Language originated from pictures drawn by cavemen, then into the Mesopotamian Empire, where they had words but not sentences, and they used pictures to fill in the gaps. Then Greek Empire, suddenly we got words, and people start thinking and start civilizing, and life starts to become civil. Move to the Roman Empire, more words, more civility. They invented democracy. They invented sanitation, keeping our food safe. They improved the wheel, the roads, everything. So the reason I'm personally not using them is because I just don't like the idea of going back to being a caveman. Because we went through the Renaissance period. That was a great period. Lots of great writing came out of that. The French Enlightenment period, and at the same time, that was going on in the USA as well, and great stuff came out of that. Great British literature. I mean, you got Dickens, Harry Potter. Harry Potter outprinted the Bible. Thank God, because I've read the Bible. I've much preferred Harry Potter, I have to say. But here's where we are now. We're in a society that doesn't want to read or write, so we use emojis. Now, the problem is, there's the obvious ones. Thumbs up. Okay? Now that can mean okay or thank you. If that's used for long enough, we'll have to replace the dictionary with the picture. And then it will become Pictionary, which is a game that we actually play. And then you've got the heart, the red heart, which means love. And then you've got a blue heart, which means brotherly love. Like you might send to a friend. And I'm not against these things. But, again, we don't want the word love to have its definition changed to a picture of a heart. And let me take it a bit further forward. So if that continues, what's going to happen is children will grow up with less and less ability to read and write, and they'll use more pictures to display how they feel. And as adults, they'll have a much lower vocabulary. This is all researched fact. And they will definitely have a perturbed, way of learning. And over 5 generations, that's going to make it very difficult for people to have conversations again. And so we've evolved into this wonderful society that can create beautiful literature and art and everything and poetry, and emojis and the use of them and social media is kind of eroding all of that and putting us back, and it will, if it's allowed to, put us back into the Bronze Age. So the reason I'm against emojis is that. But also, if you take it a bit further into the future, imagine you need to call an ambulance, and the only way you can get that message across is by going to 999 and texting them a picture of an ambulance. Just a cartoon picture of an ambulance, and hoping they come. That's not going to work. Imagine the fire brigade. There's a fire. Quick, someone click the fire emoji. Who's got a smartphone? Fire. Right, done. They might be on their way. There's someone in my house. I better text the police. And then you've got a policeman's helmet. They'll be on there. I'm sure they'll come. I'm sure they'll come for me. That's I'm taking it to its extremes because that's probably what might happen. There's a great film called Idiocracy, which is where two normal people wake up 500 years into the future and the planet's gone mad, and they think that like Lucozade is the only thing to use to try and water plants and all sorts of crazy things. So, what's going on now might seem silly, but if it changes and goes on for too much longer, it's going to seem not silly. We are seeing now, for the first time, a decrease in children's ability across a lot of the major demographics: reading, writing, mathematics, science. So the way they've been taught has been exposed recently in the news. And I think as adults, as free thinkers, and people who want to save our children's future, we need to take a bit more of a hand in it. And apologies, I haven't been able to look in the webcam much. I've got bad eyes. But take a hand in the way we deal with our young ones in our own way. We can't expect the education system to do it. It's been proven now it's failed. It's been infiltrated and failed, and it's pretty much on trial as we speak. I think it's going to go to the Senate soon. It was certainly on trial in the European Parliament 2 days ago. So it's a bit of fun. I mean, I did it. I'm upset this is the second take because I was literally bursting with laughter about the idea of like texting a cartoon picture of an ambulance. I'm sure they're on their way. I'm sure they're coming. They wouldn't leave me here. But anyway, the point's still there. Language, reading and writing in beautiful literature is great. And when a picture says 1,000 words, that's fine, but that was meant to mean oil paintings and beautiful photographs, not a yellow thumbs up. That does not say 1,000 words. That says 2 or 3 at max. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I've been Ben, Problem of Being Awake. If you like, subscribe and share. If you don't, you've probably left it already, so don't worry. Anyway, look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.